Welcome, set stitch. Take a few minutes to suspend your reality and join me as I put together some entertaining, useless news to escape the reality of our daily lives. What better way to do that than to Netflix your weekend? You ever notice how comedy can be both a sword and a shield in your culture battles of what is acceptable and what is not?
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Oh, and I agreed with many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
I'm sure the boogeyman white supremacist exists somewhere in America. I've just never met him.
It's been an ongoing issue ever since the big bad orange guy sat in the Oval Office. People all of a sudden lost their minds and comedy all of a sudden became literal. No longer were they jokes, it was just hate speech. Many comedians all of a sudden lost their sense of humor, at least for sure all the late night talk show hosts. And don't get me started on the daytime television shows. We went from having a diverse conversation trying to find out who the father is of this trailer park trash guest to an echo chamber full of idiots being told what to say and not to think.
Get out of my vagina!
But I'm seeing a shift here. Take Netflix's latest hit, The Roast of Tom Brady. Now, I'm not one to shy away from a good roast. In fact, I love it. I love comedy. I'm the guy who's willing to sit front row and get made fun of. But some of these jokes from this special, they were brutal. Wait for it. ChatGPT joke coming up. As brutal as a linebacker tackle. Oh! Anyways, let's talk about my observation. 3 hours of comedians, actors, athletes throwing insults after insults to one another in a spirit of love and in a spirit of money. Okay, look, it was all about money. Why else would you do this? How else is a retired football player supposed to make back his nearly $48 million him and his ex-wife lost in the FTX scam?
What do you think? Are you in?
You know what? I'm in. Trading crypto. FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
I doubt Netflix paid him $48 million, but whatever they paid him, it was enough for him to throw his family under the bus.
Gisele said, you retire or we're done. When you got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you gotta do what the you gotta do.
Oh yeah, but you cannot make fun of Robert Kraft.
But when it came to Jeff Ross making fun of Patriots owner Robert Kraft's massage parlor scandal, Tom got out of his seat to confront him in what some feared might be a Will Smith moment.
I love Robert Kraft. I love that again. Okay.
He's still putting money and the sport over his family.
You do something that you think is one way and then all of a sudden you realize, I wouldn't do that again.
Come on, man. There's more to life than that ring on your finger. What are you, Gollum? Precious. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really watch sports. I think it's a waste of time. You're just sitting there screaming at a television or sitting in an arena with an overpriced hot dog in one hand and a $12 beer in the other hand, which is most likely warm, sitting next to this sweaty, fat, overweight guy who has his shirt off and his face painted and screaming around like he has anything to do with whether or not the team wins or loses. I just don't understand it. You are literally watching a bunch of millionaires chase a ball around for a couple of hours while you are just stuffing your face full of diabetes and armchair quarterbacking. It's just so gay.
Gay!
I'd rather see a bunch of muscular dudes drenched in baby oil wearing Speedos throwing each other around and play fighting in the ring. That sounds more gay. Cancel culture might just be on its way out. Why do you think I'm using the word gay so loosely? Look, we don't actually mean homosexual and we don't actually mean to offend the alphabet community. You see, comedy has always been about pushing boundaries, poking fun of real situations, feeding into the stereotypes, trying to be as offensive as possible just to get a laugh. For example, the greatest love story ever told. Fantastic comedy.
Because I didn't think much of myself. And so the world didn't think much of me. That lined up. This is how it is. See it. Believe it. And I was like, okay.
JLo's effort may have been intended to actually give you an insightful documentary, but to me, it was pure comedy and a cautionary tale of the lack of self-awareness.
He commented and said, "I wish I loved anything in life as much as J-Lo loves J-Lo."
Back to Tom Brady. He's as sacred as they come in the world of football from what I'm told. So the fact that Brady, who was essentially a living, breathing Ken doll, I mean, this guy is really pretty, right? Guys, I swear I'm straight.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
For 3 hours, Brady sat in a chair and took hit after hit from comedians, his fellow football buddies, and a whore. And that's the thing about Netflix. It's become the digital town square. They were pretty diverse. Trust me, I watch Netflix all the time. You've got your classics. They had borderline questionable content that flirts with controversy. You know what I mean, right? I have to say the word. Snap!
I meant to do that.
Personally, I think that stuff is what should probably get banned on Netflix. They had the woke narrative movies, a collection of LGBTQ plus stories, and the black films by us, for us bullshit, which always consists of the same topics. Racism and slavery. It's either just add comedy to it or a drama or horror. There we go. It's like they got their fingers on the pulse of every subculture, every demographic. They even had all the best comedies. For every Dave Chappelle stand-up special they released, they would simultaneously release 5 movies / shows focused on the LGBTQ experience, balancing the scales of representation. And I'm observing that the cancel culture is possibly on its way out, at least in the comedy space. Maybe we just finally realizing that we can laugh at ourselves and at each other and still come together at the end of the day. So I encourage you to honestly this weekend or whenever I drop this video to check out that stand-up special.
Fine.
Now, there was only one other person that got roasted as hard as Tom Brady, and she is known to like it pretty hard. Kim Kardashian.
I feel sad. I feel bad for the guy. I changed his whole life and he fell in love with me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why she was exactly there. I wasn't keeping up with the Kardashians type of thing. I don't know if she was like dating Brady or at one point or another, or maybe she was there looking for the next prospect like an NFL draft. And although there were only 2.5 black men on stage, Randy Moss, Kevin Hart, and Sammy J, I would be pretty confident to say that Kevin Hart doesn't have a desire to visit Kim's cave, which leaves only 2 others that carry the equipment that she likes. And one of them actually has to strap it on first, but you get my drift.
So your Super Bowl ring is just like my strap-on. Just because you wear it doesn't make it real.
She got railed so hard to the point that the live event had to be edited afterwards. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Well, thank you. I know a lot of people make fun of your height. All right. All right, Kevin.
The crowd booed her, leaving her momentarily stunned before delivering her written joke. It was harsh, man, because I can only honestly imagine being on stage and having people intentionally booing me because they hate me so much. But let's just cut to the chase with Kim Kardashian. It's been bullshit from day one. She got famous for a sex tape, and then what? A reality TV show that perpetuates superficial values and unhealthy body image standards? Through the constant promotion of her body to profit, she has commodified herself and contributed to the culture prioritizing materialism over substance. The Kardashians, which I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, I don't think they were intentionally promoting damaging societal norms and unrealistic beauty standards to impressionable young people who have degenerate parents and absentee parents, but they were part of the problem, a huge part of it. And it's quite frankly just sad because that's what they're known for. And even with everything I just said, I legit felt bad for her on that stage. I don't think she was expecting that level of hate. But there's always a but on my channel. I said that before. When I rewatched the roast, I noticed something was off.
Kim Kardashian, come on.
Kevin. I know a lot of people make fun of your height, but what people don't know is you're also pretty mean. which makes you the smallest.
That's right. Even at the event that was supposed to be raw, unfiltered comedy show, the Kardashians managed to orchestrate yet another phony spectacle. It's like they had the force of the Jedi to spin everything into a staged, insincere show. They did it with their sex tape, their reality TV show, the multiple weddings, her ass. Everything is fake about these people, and that's why my empathy immediately left when I noticed they either reshot or edited the scene. In my opinion, the way it was edited, it looks like they reshot that scene after the event and just spliced it back into it and worked the audio. This is what America worships, by the way, is these people. This is ridiculous. To be honest, word on the street is that Kevin Hart actually asked the studios and producers to edit that part out because he didn't want Kim to look bad, which is a nice thing to do, but it didn't work.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
The Roast series has always been, for the most part, hosted by the roast master himself, Jeff Ross. But Netflix, for some reason, seemed to want to go in a different direction. Maybe something that's a little bit more pleasing to the eyes. Let's just be real, Jeff Ross isn't the easiest on the eyes. He's just got the face that only a mother could honestly love, and even then she would need to get drunk to kiss him goodnight. You know, I think was it Genesis 1:27, it says God created man in his own image. I promise you, Jeff was a mistake. But God gave him the gift of gab because the guy is one of the funniest people I have ever seen or heard on stage. He's got that niche in the roasting business, man, and he's just good at it. He just be cooking, man, people on the spot. It is impressive. And for some reason, Netflix gave that roast master job to their business partner, Kevin Hart. Why would Netflix do such a thing? I'm gonna be honest, at first it was a bit rough, very scripted, and I began seeing the corporate Kevin Hart like the corporate Rock.
Dude, so one of the parties came to visit me.
Oh, no.
At the end of last year, asking for me to run.
Outrageous fake laughs that I thought only Andrew Schultz did, and he was like he was competing with Kevin Hart. It was really weird. What's up with these fake laughs? I know Andrew Schultz does it a lot, but so do a lot of other comedians. Is that like an industry thing? Is that like a way of clapping since you can't really clap? You just kind of over-exaggerate your laugh? I don't know. It's weird. But the more Kevin Hart went off script, the better he got, and I saw the comedian that we all fell in love with nearly a decade ago. In my case, 2 decades ago. I'm sure I've said this before. I've been a fan of his work going all the way back to Paper Soldiers, and I've seen him multiple times on stage, and I even like the corporate Kevin Hart, aka Kevin V.
I literally want to die instead of fail. Die.
Always selling, always marketing himself. Very meticulous what he says and doesn't say. Because unlike other comedians like Joe Rogan or Dave Chappelle, Kevin is essentially a business now, and therefore he is an asset now that you invest into with your time. Like I said, I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. Anyways, Kevin, he killed it.
When you got a chance to go 8 and 9 and all it will cost you is your wife and your kids, you gotta do what the you gotta do. I gotta give him props, man. He is funny. We got a glimpse of the raw, unfiltered Kevin Hart comedy we've missed, and it was honestly great. The Oscars, man, they made such a huge mistake by dropping Kevin Hart as the host a couple of years ago. Like, where was Will Smith then? The real MVPs for the night, though, was both Nikki Glaser and Tony Hinchcliffe. Oh, she was amazing.
You really are, you're the best to ever play for too long. You retired, then you came back, and then you retired again. I get it. It's hard to walk away from something that's not your pregnant girlfriend. It's tough. Hey, to be fair, he didn't know she was pregnant. He just thought she was getting fat. And Tom hates fat. Do you guys know about his diet program? It is so strict, but if you follow it exactly as he does, you too can lose your family. And seriously.
She usually always crushes it, but this time she went up another level. Like, she elevated herself that night. And I bet you her ticket sales are gonna go up now. And the other MVP of the night was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Nikki has such a bad eating disorder, the industry keeps shoving her down our throat. Andrew Schultz, I'm glad you took a break from watching YouTube videos on how to dap up black dudes correctly. Schultz's mom is a professional ballroom dancer, which means she's a stripper that talks too much. Bert Kreischer is a king. He looks like if the Tiger King and the Liver King only ate Burger King and had a liver that looked like Martin Luther King got beat up by Rodney King.
And back to Kim.
A whale's vagina, which reminds me, Kim Kardashian's here. She's had a lot of black men celebrate in her end zone. Kim, word of advice, close your legs. You have more public beef than Kendrick and Drake. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Jeff.
Brutally genius. By the ways, they kept that in. That was weird. They edited the first part out, but they kept that. That joke was worse than the booze. But seriously, what were these people thinking by inviting Tony Hinchcliffe? The guy made the nature boy himself feel uncomfortable to the point he had to leave one of Tony's roasts.
I swear to God, I respect you all and thank you for coming out. I can have fun. I will never make fun of time of people that donate their personal time to making children better.
Ric Flair, everybody.
The nature boy, Ric Flair, the dude that loved styling and profiling his private parts all over the city, walked out of Tony Hinchcliffe's stand-up comedy show that he was a part of. You don't fuck with Tony. Ric Flair has the legendary chops in the ring and Tony has the legendary chops on stage. FYI, he is one of Joe Rogan's friends, not to be confused with the Rogan friends that Cat Williams was talking about. They were sitting over there and this was their bit.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff, for turning this special night into one more opportunity you couldn't turn down.
God, you are such a and that's coming from me, Jeff.
Thank you for inviting us to celebrate the GOAT WG.
Wait, what's that? Wait, GOAT WG?
Greatest of all time white guy.
Yeah!
Maybe Cat Williams was right.
Joe got 6 comedians that never been funny he want to push out.
So the roast of Tom Brady. It wasn't exactly the pinnacle of comedic genius, but it was a love letter to roasting. Everyone had at least one good joke, including the athletes. And you gotta give Kim her roses for at least performing better than Oscar-winning actor and director Ben Affleck.
Fans have your back, right? That's what a fan is. Fans buy tickets. They show up. Win or lose, they support you. I know. I went to Foxborough where Steve Grogan was the quarterback. Okay, yeah. Like you sitting there hiding behind your keyboard, spewing out all this toxic about people you'd be afraid to come up to if you saw them at the car wash. You know, people who went out there and did something, who were successful, or even if another player ended up catching the football on his helmet, maybe they failed.
Man, I feel bad for that guy because I really like him. He's an amazing actor. He seems like a down-to-earth guy who just keeps getting the shitty end of the stick. He fumbled the ball that night, man. You know, comedy is hard and it's subjective. Some people think you suck, others will smash a like button. Overall, I genuinely was surprised and entertained by the sheer amount of crude humor thrown around. And the public did not even implode. Nothing was negative said about this. Progress is happening right in front of us in the right direction. Right?
Well, you the one talking about, I guess
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
A few moments later.
That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
A few inches later.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a
12 o'clock midnight.
earlier, literally just
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about it.
Voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm down.
No, because this is what y'all do. So I'm trying to get
Miss
clarification.
Crockett, you're not recognized. Miss Crockett.
I can't hear you with your yelling.
You don't want
calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can you please calm down?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all talk noise and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Chairman,
come and talk shit about her, y'all gonna have a problem.
Mr. Chairman.
Order.
All right, Chair. Okay.
One debt to society later.
She told me, or she asserted that I was not intelligent.
If you enjoyed this episode, hit that like button. That's how you show me love and that's how you pay me. And of course, comment if you want to discuss this episode further. And if you want to talk trash, by all means, do it in the comment section. But make sure you are funny. Until next time, I'm an intelligent observer. I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit that sometimes matters and sometimes doesn't. And today's episode definitely doesn't matter. Until next time, peace out. One love.